We are joined right now by Brian Haas, who is the field manager of Great Lakes Center, and you're joining us here because Patrick is really curious about something that's in the middle of the lake right now.
Yeah.
And he's like, we just have to talk about it, and we have to have Brian on to talk about it, and you're the expert behind all of this. First, tell us about Great Lakes Center. What is this as part of Buffalo State University?
Yeah, so the Great Lakes Center at Buff State, we run all sorts of different research all across all the Great Lakes. We provide educational opportunities for students at Buff State and also throughout the broader community. And we have a field station located like right off the foot of Porter on Rotary Row, right on the water with a fleet of vessels, aquatic labs in there. And if anybody wants to see that, we actually have an open house event coming up July 11th from 10 to 2.
Very cool.
Check out our field station.
So one of the tools that you use to do the work that you do are data buoys. And I know you've got one near Dunkirk, but one was recently launched like right here, just a few miles off the Buffalo Marina. And from a weather standpoint, we kind of geek out because there's times that we want to know really what's going on the lake. And we don't totally know unless a boat happens to be going by or we use some of the other data sources. So why did you feel it was important to launch this buoy?
Well, yeah, I guess to start, so we've run that Dunkirk buoy for over a decade. It's 6 miles out in the lake. Everybody in Dunkirk loves it, anglers, charter captains. So, you know, with that in mind, we're right here in Buffalo. We're like, we got to get one of these. So, yeah, I mean, obviously the maritime community, the ecological community is all centered right around this spot. So we went and wrote a grant to the Niagara River Greenway Ecological Standing Committee, and they supported us, and we were able to receive funding from the New York Power Authority to purchase this buoy and then fund initial operations.
And what information does it provide? And to who?
Yeah, so that's the nice thing about this buoy. It's collecting tons of data. There's sensors all over it, but all real-time data on water conditions, weather, all basic weather stuff, and then a super important one is wave conditions. Gives you a whole bunch of parameters on the waves.
Because I think a lot of people too, they're going to decide, do we want to go out on the water today? And now you can see real time what the conditions are like, wave heights and things like that. Plus, it's got a camera, which is pretty much live, right? You click on it and you can actually see, there's the buoy there, you can see.
Because that's fascinating. In daybreak, you might say, oh, the waves are 1 to 3 feet today, or 3 to 5 feet, but that can change
so quickly, especially, you know, the buoy obviously comes out in the wintertime, but in the spring and the fall, when you get these big systems coming in, the waves can get dangerously high. And when we get those, you know, seiches on our end of the lake, this will kind of help.
Explain a seiche for those who don't know.
So that it's like the bathtub effect. When a lot of wind piles the water on one end of the lake on our side, it goes down on the other, like near Cleveland. So it can be a real problem for, you know, shoreline property and things like that.
So if the water's low, what would the buoy say?
So the buoy isn't measuring water level, but there is a water level sensor right at the Coast Guard station there. The buoy's obviously, so in last Thursday there was a seiche event, the water level rose a couple feet here in Buffalo, but the buoy was picking up like max wave heights of over 11 feet.
11, which is kind of rare for June.
Yeah,
that's pretty crazy.
I mean, we've had a very windy last couple of weeks.
Let's take a video here. We have this location of where this buoy is, and this is a website you can go to, and actually, there it is there. You can see the location. We'll zoom in, and you can click on it, and it will give you the data that it can access, which is temperature, things like that, wave height. He'll zoom in, he'll click on it, and the lower one, that one, there we go.
There you go.
Okay, click on
the upper one is the Coast Guard station?
Yeah, double click on that, and double click on it again. Okay, now see video right there. Click on that, and then push the arrow. So that's the video from the actual, look at that. Isn't that pretty cool?
That is so cool.
So that webcam, just so everybody knows, so that takes a 15-second video at the top of every daylight hour.
Okay.
So that buoy's run all on solar power, right?
Okay.
So there's energy budget constraints on it to run all the different sensors.
Sure.
Okay, so that's not live, that's 15 seconds at the top of the hour.
At the top of the hour. Every other parameter, see, like you see, it says 1 hour ago, but you have to refresh the page and then it'll update it. But the buoy's recording at 10-minute intervals for all the parameters except wave height, which is every 20 minutes to get the appropriate calculations. And then that'll all be updated on there. And I guess to point out, on that website. So that's siegel.gloss.org, and GLOSS is a Great Lakes Observing System, and they've been one of our longtime partners, and they help get all the data that we collect out and available to the public so they can use it.
One of the things that your buoy also does is it measures temperature at depth, right? You can see what the temperature is at the surface, 6 feet down, 20 feet down.
Yeah.
And for fishermen, that might be of interest to see, okay, what are the temperatures doing, where the fish may be.
Right.
Right?
100%. I mean, the one here in Buffalo, we're in shallower water, so that at least right now, it's all mixed, but the Dunkirk buoy, right, that's in 110 feet of water, so then the lake stratifies out there, and that shows that whole temperature profile where you have that warmer water sitting on top of that colder water, and yeah, all the anglers really like that information.
And
Exactly where do you find it, or where is it?
so if it's a long website, it's Siegel.
No, the actual buoy
Oh, the
itself.
buoy. So we took our camera, we tried to find it. So it's you know where the lighthouse is,
Yeah.
like it's kind of go west and then south, and it's about 2 miles.
Yeah, it's about 2 miles from the mouth of the Buffalo River, south-southwest, I would say. And you can see it out there, it's sitting there. Feel free to go, drive around it, look at it. If you go, at the top
to the
of the hour.
webcam so your friends can see you.
Right.
So so what do you? So this is you put it in about a month and a half ago.
Yep.
So this is going to be, I don't know, this first year could be kind of interesting to see what you gather and.
Yes. Has anything surprised you so far in the month that it's been in there?
I mean, obviously we have the Dunkirk buoy, right? So I have a frame of reference for that. So kind of looking in between the two and everything. And I mean, obviously the webcam has provided even that alone, which way the webcam's looking is an interesting thing because it's a fixed webcam. Wave height's super interesting. It does seem that Buffalo's, with the wave heights, kicks up a little earlier than Dunkirk being in shallower water.
Okay.
And settles down a little earlier.
Right, okay.
Wave period is also something we're looking at to see in the shallower water if that's restricting wave height and wave period. But overall, they've been pretty comparable between Dunkirk and Buffalo in terms of wave heights.
So beneficial to you and really beneficial to fishermen out there, of course.
Yeah, the sailing community is super excited about this, right? It has all that wind speed, wind direction, all those parameters, and then the wave heights. They go and they do races out there, and I know that they take, and not only is the data real time, it's also archived, so then you can go back and look if you were out there to see what the exact conditions were.
Awesome. Brian, thank you. Again, if you want to access this, maybe the easiest way to do it is put into your Google Great Lakes Research Center buoy.
Yeah, if you type
right
Great Lakes Center Buffalo Buoy, that'll take you to, we have a webpage there, a bunch of information about these buoys, and then it'll also have links to that Siegel website that can give you the real-time data.
Cool.
And once again, your open house?
Yeah, the open house is July 11th from 10 to 2, and there'll be advertisements kind of going out for that. But come down and see what the Great Lakes Center does.
All right. Well, thanks for coming and helping Patrick geek out a little bit this morning. We appreciate it.
Sounds good.